Worldwide parent coach and conscious educator Sue DeCaro is on a mission to revitalize the joy in parenting. Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a podcast designed to help parents all over the world create deeper connections with themselves and their children while overcoming life's daily parenting challenges. Listen in if you want to bring more laughter, love, and enjoyment to your home life.
Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a place for all things parenting. I am your host, Sue DeCaro. Today's episode is about the trifecta in parenting: mind, body, energy, and how important they are in our day-to-day practice in raising our children. It might seem like we don't need to pay attention to this trifecta in terms of our parenting practice. However, these three entities are essential, both individually and in conjunction with each other. Let's first talk about the mind. When our mind is all over the place, thinking about the past or the future, we lose sight of the present moment, this moment that we're in. Thinking about all the things that we might have to do does not serve us in this moment or any other moment, and it can create stress and uncertainty because, of course, we don't know what the next moment is going to look like. So this brings our mind elsewhere and does not allow us to be grounded, focused, or present. The more we live in this moment, the present moment, instead of living in our thoughts about another moment, the less we add unnecessary stress, worry, complications, and uncertainty. When you notice yourself getting caught up in the world of thoughts in your head, quickly bring your attention back to your breath. Focus on your breathing. This is a great way to model to your children and share what you are doing and why. It keeps them grounded in the present moment too. So for example, perhaps it's 11 a.m. and we start to think about dinner. And then we spiral into concerns about bedtime and how we're going to get our son or daughter to sleep. We've completely left this moment and brought uncertainty and worry to ourselves. Perhaps bedtime is challenging for your child and for you, but bringing a worry to it at 11 a.m. in the morning or later in the afternoon is not actually going to make it better. This is the time to breathe and focus on other methods of present moment awareness. Here are a few of my favorites. The first is focus on your breath as it enters the nostrils and exits. Pay attention to the flow of your breath. Try creating a mantra for yourself to keep the focus, such as inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, then exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, or any other thought or mantra that works best for you. Make it a personal choice that serves you. The second idea to bring us back to present moment awareness is to put your hand on your heart and feel it beat. This is a big favorite of mine. It's so grounding and calming when you pay attention to your own heartbeat. Perhaps we all take this for granted day to day, moment to moment, but I believe this can be used daily as an opportunity to reset, grounding oneself in the present moment as part of this beautiful trifecta of mind, body, energy. The last idea, again one of my favorites that I'd love to share with you, is to give gratitude. Gratitude is a practice we can be doing on a day-to-day basis. We don't have to write in a journal or a special piece of paper in order to be grateful. Simply thinking to yourself when your mind wanders and takes you elsewhere, what you are grateful for at this moment will help to relieve your anxious feelings about bedtime and help you connect to the here and now, the present moment. These are some beautiful techniques that I use to bring me back to this moment. I hope that you can find some that work best for you. The second part of the trifecta in parenting is our body. Our body is so important for so many reasons. Our bodies need energy and movement, just as our children's bodies do. Getting our hearts beating and the blood flowing energizes, engages our body, our muscles, and also our brains. When we sit for hours, we might feel exhausted. Give ourselves a break when we need it. Getting our body's movement can really prove to be so useful for infusing energy throughout. Movement in the body is like meditation for the brain. It resets us. Our bodies desperately need movement. For example, perhaps you sit with your child for a few hours, if they can sit that long, and you might feel stiff, tired, or stagnant. Here are some ideas to help boost your energy in your body in this trifecta in parenting. These are some of my favorites. Boost your energy and body movement by turning on music and moving to it. Get up and dance. You can do this while you're cooking or hanging out with your kids, and they may actually join you, getting their bodies moving. The second thing is go outside and walk around in nature. Grass, trees, birds. Be part of nature and what it offers to us, which is very energizing. You don't have to go for a long walk. You can walk around your house. Take it all in, all that is in front of you, and be present with it. Be grateful for it, perhaps. This is a great activity for our kids, too. You can point out what you see, what you smell, what you feel, what you can touch, and engage all of your senses, and perhaps your children's too, as you are one with nature. Listen to the birds, feel the wind blow through your hair, the smell of freshly cut grass. These are all ways to be present and moving with nature. The third trifecta in parenting is energy. Also very, very important in parenting. How do we create energy? And there's so many different ways to create energy, but also many ways to conserve energy. So, for example, as part of the trifecta, if I spend a lot of time in my head with my thoughts that take me everywhere, except for perhaps where I am, I'm expending tons of energy. Begin to notice how these three entities are connected. If one is off, it disrupts the whole trifecta. So when I am in my head thinking about thoughts like bedtime at 11 o'clock in the morning and how I struggle to put my son or daughter to bed, the energy that I'm expending is big, and I'm taking myself away from the present moment. So, building energy by first being aware of your self-care is the best way to start, in my opinion. It is essential to fill or fuel yourself first. It's not selfish, it's selfless. Once you take care of yourself, then you're able to take care of others. But we have to have the energy in our tank to do so. We can only give from what we have, not what we don't have. So fill your tank first. Think about what builds energy for you and momentum for you. What makes you feel energized? For me, I try a lot of different things to conserve energy and fill my own tank. And here are a few things that work for me. And I encourage you to find practices that really help you. For me, first, I try to meditate. It creates energy within me, even if it's just for a simple 5 minutes. I love the app Simply Being on the iPhone because it allows you to simply be in a very basic meditation. So for beginners, if you've not meditated before, I highly recommend checking this out. A second for me is a mindful shower. Even if just for a few minutes, it can really restore us. Try to think and bring attention to the water droplets in the shower as they hit your body, the smell of the soap as you wash yourself, and the overall cleanliness that we get when we take a shower. You can even try to focus on the temperature of the water and feel that heat as it hits your body. The third thing that's one of my favorites is try sitting outside or beside a window and watching nature. I love to watch the beautiful birds as they fly by my window and into my bird feeder. They are just so energizing to look at and hear. In the early morning hours, I hear them singing outside my window. So that for me is very energizing. And lastly, the one I want to share with you that I also use is the food that we put in our bodies that help us to create energy. Good nutrition and nutrients go such a long way in providing the energy that we need to move through our day and feel fueled. So one cannot live on coffee alone. One does need meals, and meals that provide nutrients to us each and every day. Self-care comes in all shapes and sizes, so take a look at what fuels you in your day-to-day practice. The mind, body, and energy effect is an important trifecta in parenting because each one of these affects the other. If we stay in the present moment more than not, nurture our bodies with movement and nutrients, then we feel better and are able to exert more energy into the things that really serve us, like perhaps taking care of our family. When we thrive with energy, imagine the impact it will have on our parenting practice, the patience we'll have, the listening skills we will be able to use, and the compassion that we can show our children through the moments that they might struggle. So I highly recommend paying attention to your trifecta in your own parenting practice. What intention will you set as you move forward? Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, every moment is a moment for conscious connections.
Thanks for listening to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, rate, and review at iTunes or wherever you listen in. And be sure to visit DeCaroParentCoaching.com for a free download of 10 ways to connect with your child.